I told no gift means no consideration. Not exceeding 50,000 in value in a financial year by an employer to an employee shall not be treated as supply of goods or services or both. Understood this piece? Up to 50,000 exempt, beyond 50,000 taxable. Okay, second one. Third one, when the transactions happen between principal to agent and agent to principal, though there is no consideration, still it will be treated as supply. Understood this point? Transactions happens between the principal and the agent or vice versa. Though there is relation, still it will be treated as supply and it will be liable. Understood third one? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Supply of goods by a principal to his agent or vice versa. It will be treated as supply of goods. What they have told? Supply of goods. You have to remember all these points. If that is supply of services by a principal to his agent or agent to his principal. Okay, it is not mentioned as service. It is mentioned as only goods without consideration. Okay, last one. Import of service by a taxable person. By whom? By a taxable person from related person. Import of service by a taxable person from related person without consideration, it is taxable. Okay, on this fourth point, Mr. Yes is in US. He is relative of yours is in US, and for your house construction you take engineering service. Engineering service from yes for your house construction, and you will not pay because he is your relative brother only. He is in US. You are constructing your house in Bangalore. You will take some engineering services like what are all the things? Interior designer, architect service. Engineering service means architect service. You are taken from him. You will not. Will you pay to your brother? Technically, tell me. Will you pay to your brother or sisters if you take any service?
No, sir.
No. The two house construction. Now tell me whether it is taxable or not. Sorry?
It is not treated as supply, sir.
Why?
So here it should be in the course or furtherance of business.
But here it is saying that import of service by a taxable person from related person.
Again, import of services by a taxable person from a related person or from any of his other establishments outside India in the course of furtherance of business.
Yes. Only when it is for the purpose of business from the related person or distinct person, even without consideration, that transaction becomes supply and it is liable to tax. Here, it is for the house construction. You are taking the services of architect service from a relative without consideration, which is not in the course or furtherance of business. House construction is not your business. Assume you are a constructing company, then it becomes taxable. If you are a constructing company, your business is construct the houses. Then if you take the architect service from the relative who is outside India, then that transaction is taxable even though if it is without consideration. Why? Construction of business is your business. Okay? Hence, please see this. Interior design services received by a branch in India from its head office located in Singapore. That means interior design service received by a branch from its head office. That means branch is a business entity. Hence, it is a taxable person. If any import of services received by a taxable person from related person, in this case it is head office. From its related person means head office is the related person of the branch. Branch and head office are the related persons. In that case, the branch will not pay anything to the head office. That means without consideration. Hence, the interior service is taxable. We will not go to liable for reverse charge and all. We will see everything later. Only first you see whether it is taxable or not. Okay?
But how the taxable amount is arrived at? Because
The taxable amount will be arrived having the fair market value. The same kind of service if you provide to any other entity in the same place at the same time, you would have given the same kind of services to the other persons at the same place and you have charged 3 crore rupees. That value will be taken as the value of supply. Assume you haven't given. If the same kind of service has been received by some other person from some other entity, whatever the amount transaction happened, that transaction value will be taken as value of supply in your case. If that is also not available, they will calculate the cost of service and they add 10% to that and they take it as value of supply. All these things we are going to discuss in valuation chapter. When there is a without consideration transaction happens, how to value open market value of the like goods and service, those things we will learn everything. Okay, are you guys understood? Please mark this one as important. Please refer this example. Remember this example also. Instead of interior design, they may give advocate services or barrister services, architect service, engineering service, like that they give. Okay, what is the logic you need to use? Analysis. If it is for business purpose, without consideration, taxable. without consideration, personal purpose, from the relative, not taxable. There, with consideration, for business also taxable, for personal also taxable. Where YouTube, Netflix, we saw no that example. You guys remember or forgotten? Netflix, YouTube example I gave no.
Yes, sir.
That is taxable. Why? Because you are giving a consideration. Here, without consideration, if it is for personal use, not taxable. If it is for business, it is taxable. They will not ask you how it will be taxable. They will ask you whether the transaction falls under the supply or whether it is taxable. You will have to give the analysis. What analysis? First you need to write this one. First you need to write this one or this one. Any one you write. Then you analyze this. You write the analysis heading. Then you analyze, since the interior design services received by a branch which is in India, it falls under the definition of import of service. Import of service means the recipient of the service is in India, provider of the service is outside India, location of the service is in India. Those 3 lines you have to write if it is for 5 marks. From its head office, which is in Singapore, outside India, and there is no consideration, and it is received with respect to new office building. Hence, it satisfies all the conditions mentioned in Schedule 1. Hence, it will be taxable. You have to write this much. How you guys are feeling? Is it tough, easy, or very confusing, or very interesting? Very interesting, confusing.
Confusing for now, sir.
It's a mixture. Mixture. Who is this? Confusing. May I know the name?
Suma, sir.
ಕುಸುಮ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಆಮೇಲೆ. No, you should not tell. See, only few things we have learned. How many things? Approximately 4 to 5 provisions we learned. Okay? Don't get confused. After the class, please go back to the study material. Please read. Whenever I am discussing, please write something on the notes, whatever the example I give, so that it becomes very easy. Nothing is there as of now. I will tell you where and all we get so much confusion. Okay? Especially with respect to reverse charge, composition scheme, ITC, registration. There are plenty of things where we get the provisions very confusing and very hard to understand. Okay, this is about Schedule 1. How many activities are mentioned? 4 activities. Can anyone tell me what are those 4 activities?
Transfer or
disposal of business assets, where input tax credit has been availed on the same. Second one, supply of goods or services are both between the related person. If it is between the employer and employee, if the value of supply is up to 50,000 per annum, hence it is not supply. Beyond that, it is considered as supply. Supply of goods from principal to agent or vice versa, it is treated as supply and it will be taxable. Import of service by a taxable person from related person, it will be chargeable to tax if it is in the course or furtherance of business. Understood? Okay. Now it is 5:53. Please take a break. Come back at 6. We will go to the second schedule. Okay, 5:54, 6 minutes break. 6 o'clock, please come. 6:45 we will do, or until the second schedule completes we will do. Then we wind up for the day. Okay.